Hello, happy Summerween Day 5. My partner and I are walking back from a trip to the grocery store. I had this idea to bake something that was kind of like fall related, a fall treat. That is one of the Instagram prompts, which I haven't been putting any of those up because Instagram is just like a whole lot of work on top of what I already have to do for fun here on YouTube. But that doesn't stop me from participating and doing all the fun fall things. Oh look, there's Thomas. Hey, Tommy. If you didn't know, Thomas is my partner. He's an amazing human. And he's going to the movies tonight. He likes to do those Tuesday discount nights. And he's going to go see A Quiet Place, which isn't something that I'm really in the mood for. Summer brings out the light, campy horror movie person in me. So that's not really my vibe. Maybe I'll get into that franchise. It's just, not really interesting to me. While he's doing that, I thought this would be the perfect night for me to watch, for the very first time, the Blair Witch Project. I've seen very few found footage horror movies, but that needs to change real quick. It's funny though, because the book I started reading today, It Came from the Woods, that's also found footage as well, and I didn't even plan that out. All right, it's movie time. Hello and welcome to the Happy Haunts Bar. It is a double feature where we are going to be making a drink that is inspired by the movie we're watching this evening. Literally so thematic, and I'm so happy I actually remembered that this drink recipe exists in a cocktail book that I have. I got this recipe from a book called Chilling Cocktails: Classic Cocktails with a Horrifying Twist by Jason Ward. I'm gonna be making a bramble for the very first time. I've never made it or tried it at all, which is very fitting because I've also never seen the Blair Witch Project. So we're just doing a lot of new things tonight. For the ingredients, you're gonna need gin, which I learned is kind of like that foundational alcohol that makes a bramble a bramble. You're also gonna need some simple syrup as well as lemon juice. And then you're also gonna need some creme de mure, which I don't have on hand. I didn't wanna go out and buy it, so I just kind of looked at my own alcohol shelf and I saw that I had some creme de cassis left over. I just needed an excuse to use this. I know that the flavor profile will be very different because I'm kind of swapping these out. Creme de mure, apparently, according to online, is very distinctive in its profile, and that's something I think I'll definitely purchase at another point in time. And then the recipe also said blackberries. Again, I'm going to be substituting blueberries instead. Hopefully it's not a big deal, but I think the general spirit of the drink will come through because of the fruits and liqueurs I have feel very similar to the original ingredients. And the recipe instructions are pretty straightforward too as well. We're gonna add the gin, lemon juice, and simple syrup into a cocktail shaker. So I definitely need to go and grab that because that is an essential part of mixing all the ingredients together. That shaker needs to be filled with ice. We're gonna shake that really well. We're gonna strain that into a chilled old-fashioned glass filled with crushed ice. And then you pour the creme de mure in a circular motion so that it seeps into the drink, and then you garnish with your berries. Okay, here we are with our finished product, and let's take a little sip because I definitely substituted quite a bit in here. I have never made this before, so hopefully the ratio of everything that I put in here is adding up to something delicious. Okay, yes, this is good. I haven't had gin in so long. Wow, okay, hello old friend. I'm a happy camper. I think this will be great to sip on while I'm watching the Blair Witch Project, so yeah, let's see what the hype is all about with this one. I have no clue why, but I'm so dead today. I have zero energy. Enter a energy drink. And I've had this Alani in my fridge for literal months, and I finally have the perfect opportunity to try it. And I'm pretty sure if I had to describe this in just 2 words, it would be Sprite and Skittles. So hopefully this is a little pick-me-up I need, because we need to talk about the Blair Witch Project. Yes, we do. Oh my gosh, okay, so I don't even know where to start. I guess Let's start off with what I knew about the movie going into it. I didn't realize it until I got to the very end of the movie, but I saw somewhere online the ending of the movie. It's been talked about in probably like documentaries about movies, about the horror genre, and it just slipped my mind as I was watching this. But other than that, I didn't really know too much about it. I'm kind of a newbie to the found footage subgenre of horror. I think I've only seen maybe like Cloverfield. I've seen As Above, So Below, which I really love because it also features subterranean horror as well. So I'm a found footage horror newbie. I've heard both positive and negative things about the film. And then I sat down last night and watched it all the way through. I made sure that the sun had set, my apartment was dark, I had some little treats and a drink with me. Overall, I did really enjoy this film. It's shot so beautifully. Like there's a lot of different B-roll, and then you have them talking, and I just feel like it's a very well done movie that has phenomenal atmosphere. Doing some research after, I realized that it kind of popularized the found footage genre. It wasn't the first movie to include it. I think maybe that goes to like maybe Cannibal Holocaust, which I've never seen and I don't have any plans to see that movie. But even though it wasn't the first, it's kind of the most iconic because it kicked off such a huge boom in the early 2000s with so many other movies. So I'm really happy I watched it because it is so integral to the horror genre as a whole. And I found the plot to be very interesting too. And I thought that the way it was shot with the characters and like their dynamic, like the storytelling techniques to teach us about the characters, to tell us about this myth that the characters know about, but we don't, I thought was pretty creative. It was really a fun time. I found that there were a few scenes towards the end that really started to creep me out. I really did feel their dread of like being lost in the forest. And then there's one night scene where they're just like running and then they hear things. And like I was feeling that. That was really suspenseful. And if I'm getting nitpicky here, I did want just a little bit more of like the scare factor to be kind of like amped up. And I did also find maybe some of the acting at times to be a little cringe, specifically with the Mike character. Heather seemed very convincing to me. And I thought that she did a really good job of like embodying her specific character. And so, I have my critiques watching this for the very first time in 2024. But, this movie came out in 1999 and it was a very different experience from what I've heard from people talk about actually seeing it in theaters when it first released. And then also just reading a lot more about this movie online. Their marketing campaign was wild. And I don't think they could have really had such an effective way of, going about spreading the word about this movie in another time period, because, the context here is just, the kicking off of the internet. And, there's no such thing as media literacy. People don't even know that people are putting things online that are fake. Imagine this. It's 1999. There's no such thing as a smartphone, no such thing as social media. And you're just online because, you're the geeky internet person that you are, and you stumble upon a website where you have a missing persons report on there. You have detectives talking about those 3 missing filmmakers. You have other investigators, writing up their reports and sharing their insights on what happened with these 3, new documentarians. That's what people were coming across online. Maybe you're watching this movie at the Sundance Film Festival where it's premiering, and somebody hands you a physical missing persons report poster thingy with these 3 faces on it, and then you go watch that movie, and I'm sure that had such a big impact on your experience when the context of the marketing in the moment is really shaping how you feel. I'm feeling so much more back to life. I think talking about horror movies has made me a bit more energized than I was before. So I do have a few things to do today. It's just all about relaxing, hanging out. I do have a workout class scheduled for today later on at 7:30. Maybe get to reading It Came from the Woods again. Those cinnamon muffins taste so damn good. I always like to find an excuse to bake in my vlogs because it is a hobby I'm really trying to hone, and one of the most challenging for me for sure. My partner had the brilliant idea to also make some cinnamon roll icing and then like drizzle it on top. Oh my God. Literally tasted so delicious, and it really elevated it from being a cinnamon muffin for like breakfast time to something a little bit sweeter that you might have, you know, later in the afternoon like I am now. I wish I wasn't so hot because this would be very enjoyable with a nice cup of like Earl Grey tea or something. So I was enjoying that while I was puzzling and also listening to The Eyes Are the Best Part, which I'm about like 73%. This puzzle is tough. Like for context, am not used to big puzzles, small puzzles. It's something I grew up kind of helping here and there at my house growing up with like my mom. She really likes puzzles. So I am trying to get my, I guess my feet wet with a puzzle. I don't think maybe getting a 1,000-piece puzzle was the best way to go in starting my journey, but I think it's all about patience and figuring out what strategies work for me to kind of set up the structure of the puzzle. So my partner told me earlier this week when I first started this, a good way to go is to create a border, find those pieces, and then fill in from there. It's actually really cute that he was working and he came over here and was like, "You're working on this without me." And I'm like, "It's literally 1,000 pieces. There'll be plenty of time for you to help me out." So he'll probably be puzzling with me this evening. Look at what came in the mail today. I have a subscription box arrival from Twisted Allure. Funnily enough though, this is my last subscription box that I signed up for. I wish I could continue with their subscription box. I just have too much that I've accumulated. My stash is way too large and I think I need to take a break for the time being, but I definitely will find myself down the road resubscribing again because I love their packaging. I love the scents. I love the textures. Everything is just so delightful for a Halloween lover like myself. So let's see what's inside this box. The theme for July is Trick or Treasure. So think Pirates of the Caribbean meets Halloween. The first thing I see here is the Trick or Treasure split scrub in banana and coconut. Trick or Treasure, get it? Okay. Obviously you do, it's the most straightforward pun ever, but it smells so good. So the black side is banana, and then the other side, which is orange, is coconut. And I have just found that banana is one of my favorite scents, and I'm loving this. And then we have this big boy right here. It's called Jack's Flag, and it is a bath bomb in the Tropical Island scent. How am I gonna cut this bath bomb? It is massive, but I kind of appreciate how angular it is. I can't really smell anything, but I'm sure Tropical Island is gonna smell bomb. Moving forward to one of my favorite products I get in the subscription box, they're hand lotions. I love the shape that these are packaged in. It is the perfect shape and size to put into a lot of like different nooks and crannies where I keep my lotions. And this one is called the Hollow Pearl. Oh my God, okay, really hearkening back to the black pearl in the Pirates of the Caribbean, however you say that. And the scents here are sandalwood, cracked coconut, and banana. So I already know I'm gonna love this. Ooh, yes. It's very banana forward, but you kind of get a little bit more of like a spiciness to it. I guess that's like the sandalwood coming out. And the coconut is definitely there as well. Ooh, I'm getting this like all over my hands. What else is new? And then we have a new product that I've never seen in these subscription boxes, and that is a rinse-free hand wash. This is called Devil's Doubloons. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is so adorable. I don't know how they come up with all these names and their designs, but whatever they're doing, it is making my heart so happy. This is in the scent Mango and Citrus. Ooh, okay, that pops. That mango scent really pops. Just hits my head like ding, 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 summer for sure. Last but not least, we do have a hand soap here. This one's called Captain Jack-O-Lantern. Are you kidding me? Come on, that is so dang cute. He is looking fabulous with his little pipe that he's smoking. He has some really great accessories. This is a hand soap, which is funny because literally today, my hand soap ran out and it was the other scent I got last month for them. So I'm just gonna like go swap those out. And this is in the scent of coconut and tart citrus. Oh, that smells lovely. Yes, I definitely get that tart citrus. That is so good and going in my bathroom immediately. I just got home, I just parked, and I'm really excited because I didn't have to go to any more Michael's stores except that one to see all the new items in the like plant floral arrangement department there. I did pick up a few things, so I'm really excited to share that with you. But also check out, I love this little like, I don't know, sun protector for my car. Obviously it is Haunted Mansion themed, and I don't know if you can tell, but I also have my little bat stickers that I put on my car mirror. I think, yeah, it was like last spooky season. I have a video where I kind of go over how I set up for Halloween last year, and that did include a car makeover. So I'll include that down below if you're interested. But let's go inside because I'm literally melting. I'm sure it's obvious, and I'll share the things that I got from Michael's. I'm so excited for these. I did see a lot of the items I was hoping to see, like that black planter. I just couldn't justify the $24.99 price tag to this. I know it'd be really cute and super fun to like put together a nice little gothic floral arrangement, but yeah, it's not screaming at me. So if it's there during clearance, then I know it is my destiny to take that one home. I also had my eyes on a planter that's in the shape of a skeleton, and it also has like other sculpted features on it with like a purple mushroom, and it's also like green moss as well added on. Again, I think it's a similar price as like the black skeleton. And as much as I love it, and I think it'd be great for my whole like dark cottagecore aesthetic during the spring season, again, I just feel like I didn't love it enough for how much it is being priced. But I thought it was pretty good condition. So again, possible clearance purchase. And then just side note, I saw this planter that's kind of like a fusion between a baby and a clown. I don't know what's going on. I don't know when baby started working in the circus, but it reminded me of Katrina Brown. But overall, there was like some really cool stuff, and it got my creative juices flowing. It's really cool to see that the things that they have out are not just traditional Halloween. And I know the hippie Hollow line gets a lot of flack, but I'm really happy that they pushed the envelope a little bit and are giving some very different things. Like, have you seen online their collections that they're kind of teasing before they release later on in the fall? Like, let's just take a second here to go online. They have a section that says more decor collections coming soon. And this is under the Halloween tab. They have a Midnight Moon line. This is the collection where I will find that Dracula tombstone, and they also have the Dracula bust there too, but tons of like fortune teller, black cat motifs. Also lots of spiders. Like, it's kind of an eclectic line, but I see how they're trying to make it all cohesive. It makes sense with like the color scheme and a lot of like the motif showing up. They have their more traditional line called Hocus Pocus. And then they have this new one that I've never seen before. Let me know if you've seen this one, but it's called Haunted Forest. And it's kind of like Witch on the beach living in a haunted house, because everything is kind of like whitewashed. Lots of white, lots of blacks, but it kind of looks a bit ethereal. There's those spider motifs I really love. It's kind of haunted house. Like, it's really unique. It's really different and hard for me to kind of categorize. There's a lot of really like romantic items too that I feel like there's a lot of stuff here that I'm like, damn, I might purchase this. I might buy this. So I will wait and see when these come out. I think probably late July. So let's get into the haul. I didn't purchase much, just a few items. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, small things, but they were purposeful purchases. So the first thing I want to chat about here is I have a craft in mind that I think would be perfect to do around the fall season. So I have this little mini decoration. It's supposed to be a mausoleum, and it is pretty heavy, and it's a great size. This was about like $7, and I had the inspiration from one of their items they have. It's like a big pumpkin, but the front of it is cut out, and they have them in both black and orange colors, and it's supposed to be what you use to create a diorama craft. So I have this mausoleum right here, and then also I got this mini decoration that's a spooky black glitter tree too. This one was a little bit more expensive at $9.99. And my idea with these is to create my own haunted mansion-esque diorama. And I didn't really love what they gave us as options for the dioramas, like the thing that holds them. I didn't really care for the pumpkin. I wanted something that's a little different, I think. Possibly something smaller, but I haven't decided yet on that. I also wanted like some moss, something like to go on the ground, and they had that there too, but I just didn't want to make any decisions just yet because I feel like those things are really easy to come by versus these kind of items right here. So both of these things were giving me Haunted Mansion vibes. And then the other thing I got right here, I thought these were so unique. It's like a floral pick. You just kind of like add it into kind of any floral arrangement. And when I saw these, I immediately thought of the Corpse Bride. And I'm pretty sure these are part of that like Haunted Forest, like whitewashed collection I was just talking about. And I just thought instantly when I looked at these, I was reminded of Tim Burton's The Corpse Bride. I have several decor pieces that I've purchased from like Etsy and Spirit Halloween that are, you know, Corpse Bride very overtly. And so seeing this, I was like, oh, this would be perfect to place in that little nook when Halloween season comes around. I kind of have my like little Corpse Bride corner. I found these 3 floral items right here to be so cute together. And it's kind of a missing piece, like having my desk decorated in the spring season is really fun, but I was missing a few things this year, and I think this will really help fill the space in a really cool dark cottagecore way. So I have this pick right here. It's kind of like felt a little bit, but it feels flocked. So you could see that it's like a darker green color and it's like flat. It's really cool how it just kind of goes out like a leaf and it's really thick. And we have here this pick, it's gold fern. And again, I like how flat and elongated it is. So my idea was to place this with this on top or like on the side and like kind of putting it in a jar, and then adding this little black white mushroom pick as well. It's really nice knowing my decor aesthetic throughout different seasons, because then I know when something is out on the shelves that I might need it later on, not necessarily then. So really happy with my purchases. And again, I'm just kind of like really enjoying picking up little things here and there and not like overwhelming myself with thinking that I have to get all the things everybody else cares for. And I'm really curious to see like when I do open up all of like my Halloween decor boxes that are in storage, how I'm gonna feel about them now that I've gotten like a little bit more refined in my understanding of what I like to see up during the Halloween season. So that'll be fun when that happens. We just got back from dinner. We had sushi, yum. And of course, because in that same shopping center, there's a Marshall's. After we ordered, I like ran over there and had to look around to see if they have any more Halloween decor out, because the last time I went was probably like 2 weeks ago and they had like 3-4 things, none of which I found all that enticing to take home, but I did actually take home a few things this time around, just 2 things. I don't even know what you call these, but I had to take this home with me when I saw it. This summer, I did an impromptu movie marathon of all of the Friday the 13th movies that were filmed in the 80s, and I have not seen anything from the 90s or that reboot in the 2000s, but I have become quickly obsessed with the Friday the 13th franchise. It all kind of stemmed from realizing like, damn, I've never watched the movie where Jason gets his iconic ski mask. So I was like, okay, I gotta do it. I have to go past that first initial movie, which I've seen a few times and really loved. I was just really in the mood for like the summer camp setting, and I was not disappointed by that franchise. It was a journey for sure, and I'll be coming out with a video where I'll go into great detail about my thoughts regarding this franchise. And I think this is a really lovely piece to kind of commemorate that experience because it was a whole lot of fun. And then the second and last thing I got is another kind of like wooden display. And this one right here is for Casper, which is so cute. This is for the 90s movie. It looks very similar to the movie poster. I rewatched this movie last Halloween and I cried at the end. I didn't expect that. And I just feel like it's so like underrated for being a movie about grief. They had a fair amount of things out, not as much as you typically will see when we get like deep into like Halloween decor season. But it was really nice to see things. And it was very sad because I did find this light up Oogie Boogie. He's kind of like a welcome greeter kind of thing. And it did not work when I went to do the whole press me thing where it says like, try me. He's supposed to light up and he didn't. So I had to put him back, and I hope maybe I come across him at another time during my Halloween hunting. Literally right before we left for dinner, I wrapped up It Came from the Woods by Matthew Mercer. This is something you could find on KU if you have a subscription for that. And it is found footage style, so you have everything that you're experiencing is seen through a camera. I'm glad I gave it a shot because I do love supporting independent authors, and just reading what he wrote in his author's note and his acknowledgements, he's really really like passionate about what he does, and he's like in the process of like developing and working on his craft. So I really appreciate what he did. I love books about Bigfoot, but this one just didn't do it for me just because of mostly the pacing, I think. The dialogue was a little bit cringe, but I could definitely see this author doing really great work down the road, so I'll be keeping a lookout for them. It's nearly 8 o'clock. The sun is setting, and the sun is also setting on our Summerween Readathon 2024. Another Summerween has come and gone. It was a real fun one though. Thank you so much for being here on this Summerween journey. I had a freaking blast. I read, tons of really great books. Also, I finally got to dive into found footage horror. Can't believe I finally watched the Blair Witch Project after all these years. I'd love to know if you have any recommendations for more found footage movies that you absolutely love. I will totally add them to my watch list. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.